We play.
We fight.
We conquer.
Welcome to the Freak Show. I'm your host, Bumpy McSquigums, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start up our coverage of Wizardry, Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord. Now, this is a remake from the original 1980s Wizardry, Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord, which I believe is the pioneering game in dungeon crawling. The original Wizardry, it was by Surtech back in the day, now being remastered and remade by Digital Eclipse. I've been excited for this project for a very, very long time. I am going to share that I'm a little bit bitter and hurt, I guess, more than anything else, as I have reached out to Digital Eclipse several times. I believe 3 to be exact. I also requested through a site that is middleman. Anyway, and just ignored completely by Digital Eclipse. I don't know why. I think that's pretty crappy of them. They could have at least said, I'm sorry, we don't have codes, or we need, your channel's not big enough, or we hate you. Some explanation as to why. But I don't get that all the time. Usually it's from larger companies like Bandai Namco, but yeah, I don't know. That aside, I've not been incredibly blessed this year to be able to afford to buy a tremendous amount of games and titles myself. I have relied on the generosity, and there's been a lot of generous developers and publishers and PR folk out there that have worked with me and that have allowed me to continue to do the work that I do. Continue to be here on YouTube and share my adventures and my joy with you guys, my passion. This is what I'm passionate about. Video games and the industry. So yeah, every once in a while I come across something like this and it just, kind of kicks me in the teeth a little bit. That being said, I don't want to, no big pity party here. Thankfully, Mutanot actually gave me a gift card for Steam back on my birthday, and I've held on to it. And now is the time. I've decided Wizardry, I want to get into the series. Again, this is like one of the grandfather games of dungeon crawling. I've recently fallen in love with dungeon crawling games, and I really wanted to play this remaster. It looks fantastic. I think the game's going to be great. I'm sure Digital Eclipse did a fantastic job. So my own personal feelings aside and whatnot, I'm not going to let that seep into the Let's Play. So thank you for letting me vent. I don't know what's up, Digital Eclipse. What? But hey, you guys do you. I'm going to do me. I'm going to show your game in the best light I can, and hopefully have a really good time playing it. Like I said, looks like you did an incredible job. I'm here for it. So, Wizardry, Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord. Digital Eclipse is the developer, or the original developer being Surtech. This is a remaster of the 1980s game, as I stated all before. And with that, let's actually play. Alright, new game. Enter a name for your adventure. Baby Bumpy Rage. I think that's fair. It wasn't... it's fine. Okay, so what are we looking at here? Original... Let's highlight it. Originals floors 6, 7, and 8 follow the layout from the original Apple II release. These are the original level layouts from the original 1981 classic. I thought it was 80, but I could be wrong. It's fine. I didn't write that down. I literally am trying to go off memory here. Floors 6, 7, and 8 follow the layout of the classic console adaptations. Oh no, we're going with the original. Sorry. Okay. Now, there's a lot of cool stuff with this game from what I've seen from the limited videos of like their trailers and stuff, and the various screenshots and stuff that they've shared. But it looks like there's a lot of different things that you can like configure to make it look pretty, to showcase a lot. I'm excited. I'm actually very excited to play this. I've waited for weeks to do this. Well, months technically, but we'll say weeks. This remake contains new options to improve player quality of life. Definitely appreciated. Very, very grateful for that. Do you wish to play with these new options? Yes, I think so. They can be configured later in the old school. I'm just gonna let you guys guide us through here, Digital Eclipse. Would you like to begin the game with a starter party of level 2 characters, or create all your own characters? Oh, we're going back to the basics of the hip hop scene. Just a loop and a lyric and a mic. You know what I mean? We creating the characters. Visit the training grounds to make your own characters or edit existing ones to your liking. All new characters start with basic armor and weapons already equipped. Visit Gilgamesh's Tavern to add, remove, or reconfigure members of your party. Enter the maze to start your journey. This game can be unforgiving. Build your party steadily, returning often to town to rest and to level up at the Adventurer's Inn. And buy new equipment at Boltax Trading Post. Okay. It is important to know that party members will die. You can resurrect them at the Temple of Cant, or Kant, if you prefer. But sometimes it can be best to just start fresh, especially for inexperienced characters. After all, new adventurers are coming to town all the time. I actually kind of like the idea of that. Your party members die, they die. Maybe we should run something like a permadeath thing? Nah, that doesn't feel right, because there's going to be deaths. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, the resurrection thing is there for a reason, right? Okay, training grounds to make our characters. I have no idea how hard or difficult or easy this is going to be as far as character creation goes. So we'll have to see. Create and edit characters. Overlord Trebor formed the training grounds in the hopes of readying those new to adventuring for the trials of the maze. Most adventurers start their careers here and often return as they gain experience to retrain and refine their skills. So one of the things that I'm guessing, and maybe they have something as a downloadable extra, there was almost assuredly a big old fat book that came with the game back in the day. I do miss the fat books that came with games over the years. I prefer digital games, but I miss the big fat books that I could take somewhere and read more about the story and the lore and the history behind the game. And I know you can find a lot of that stuff online and stuff, but there was just something special about that. I know, old man yells at cloud, whatever, it's fine. Anyhow, I imagine back in the day there was a big old fat book that probably told you everything leading up to this point and why you were doing what you were doing. I don't know if that's important, probably isn't, but yeah, it'd be nice to know. And again, I'm not sure if that even is a thing. This is gonna be a very weird episode, guys and gals. I apologize. Like I said, I'm over the frustration. I'm past it, but I'm very willing to go and take my time looking at stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If not, next episode will be a lot more normal. So my apologies to you folks. But let's do this thing. Character creation. We don't have a roster. Wait, I actually just want to see what they give. Oh, they didn't give us anything? Okay. All right. That's cool. Okay, and this gives me the information I need now. Yes? No? Okay, it doesn't really tell me what any of these attributes do, which is mildly inconvenient. I was hoping for at least that. Oh, yeah, there we go. Good. I can right-click. Maybe I should have read down here. Probably tells me somewhere. All right, can I go back? I can, right? No? Yes? Maybe? Uh-huh. I can do this, right? Okay. I didn't want to necessarily be a halfling. Alright. Okay, cool. So I can right-click on things, and it will tell me what they do. Beautiful. I love that. I've been playing recently. I've played through the Bard's Tale trilogy, Bard's Tale 1 remake. I finished that. I played part way into 2. And I've been playing a bunch of other little dungeon crawlers here and there. However, I've been working on Might and Magic, the original Might and Magic, and I'm doing it old school with the graph paper and all that stuff. It is incredibly time-consuming. It does feel pretty good and fun to play. I am enjoying myself. But it is a lot of work, and there's so many things that I have no context to, I don't understand at all, and there's no information within the game to get that. So I'm very much someone who has appreciated the evolution and the addition to certain perks and quality of life. I am very, very enjoyably and happy partaking in quality of life improvements. So strength, having tooltips that actually explain what they do specifically, and hopefully having like the stats of weapons and armor and all this stuff are things I'm hoping to see in this game that were probably not existent. And I also realized games, old games, they had a limited amount of memory or space or whatever that they were working with. Programming had to be very tight, and it had to only, you know, you can only fit so much information into a game disc or several discs. So I get it. Again, just appreciate this. All right, so strength affects the character's metal in and skill in combat. The higher the strength, the more likely the character is to hit. Oh, that's interesting. And the more damage it will cause when attacking. Impressive fighter, samurai, and lord. Intellect. I have played around a little bit character creating and getting Wizardry 8 to work, so I'm somewhat familiar with the character creation aspect of this. Intellect influences a character's ability to learn arcane spells, because, like, in Wizardry 8, I think it's 8, an archer, I think, uses intelligence or intellect. And I'm like, what? That was like one of their stats, so that was kind of a weird one. Ability to learn arcane spells and identify items. So mage, bishop, and samurai, interestingly enough. The samurai needing that. Okay, piety. Character's ability to learn divine spells and identify enemies. It is important for priest, bishop, and lord. Yeah, that makes sense. Vitality is the life force of a character and affects the amount of hit points they can receive. When a character's vitality reaches 0, the character is retired from the game. All characters will benefit from a high vitality, especially those who stand in the front row of a party. Yep, I can scroll with what button? This button? Oh, like that. I thought meant like maybe to like the next attribute. Okay, that's cool. Agility affects character's speed. The higher the agility, the earlier the character will act in combat. Very nice. Initiative-based. Cool. And the more likely the character is to avoid traps on treasure chests or in the maze itself. The classes Thief and Ninja benefit further from a high agility, as it will increase their chances of finding traps on chests and disarming them. That makes sense. And finally, the intangible. Luck comes to a character's aid in many mysterious ways. All classes will benefit from a bit of luck, yeah. Yeah. Alright. We have 8 attributes. Is that going to... Okay, it does change. I say that. It's staying at... Oh, wait. It's no longer randomized? Really? Well, that doesn't feel right. Like, this, back in the day, 100% had to be randomized, right? Like, there's no way this was just, like, you got flat stats. I mean, I don't know. I'm just assuming. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess that makes character creation a 1,000 million times easier. Yeah, I'm gonna go dwarf guy, man. Oh, dwarves are super slow. That's fine. All I can be is a fighter, huh? Oh, it does. At least it shows you here what you need to break it all down. That's cool. I mean, and those are the only, okay. Okay. Why doesn't it show Lord? Maybe Lord is not going to be possible as a dwarf. Well, either way, I'm fine. I was going to be a fighter regardless. We'll be good, I guess. Yeah, fighter, good. Dwarf ready. Alright, we got some dwarvy boys here. I always kind of pictured it more like, maybe like a mohawk, brown-haired dwarf. But that's close. This is pretty close. And I wanted the beard more like this. You know what? I'm gonna split the difference. I'm gonna go with the redhead. I'm gonna go with this. The beard's important. That's gonna be Kalark, my boy. There's always my two-handed sword-wielding dwarf barbarian, basically. Sorry, two-handed axe-wielding dwarven barbarian. He's probably not going to play that role this time around, but that's okay. All right, second up, we're going to need maybe a ninja. I don't know who would make a good ninja. Probably somebody with at least decent strength and high agility. You know, honestly, probably just gonna do a human ninja or samurai. Can I even manage that? Piety 5, vitality, agility. Oh, you need that many more points. I understand. Oh. Well, that's a thing. How big is the party? Is it 6 or 8 or 4? Well, there's no conceivable way we can do that. So, unless I want to have a multitude of fighters at the front. View attribute info? Oh, okay. I see. So this is going to be a weird one because I obviously a samurai could probably front line, but it doesn't look like we're going to be at a point where we're able to use a samurai. So I have no idea how well off a thief is going to be. I guess and I don't want to be a human thief either. This is, do we just double down? Do we do double fighters? Man. Need a minimum of agility of 11 that can be any alignment except for good. They have, higher hit points than mages, but not as high as the melee-focused classes. They can use daggers or short swords as weapons, or leather armor, and use a shield. However, their biggest strength is their ability to disarm traps. Alright, it looks like we're gonna have to run with, again, I don't know how big a party is. I apologize. I know I'm very inefficient. You guys just get to watch me stumble around and look dumb right now, which is fine. I accept this and move on. Alright, if we're gonna have a thief, I'm torn between gnomes and halflings. It has to be a halfling thief. It has to be. You can't not be a halfling thief. Oh, we are gonna have so many problems. Alright. Yep, sure. We confirm it. We'll be neutral. And, yep, thief, neutral. Do we choose male or female? Is it just based off of the portrait? Sure, something like that. You know what? I'd rather do that one. Alright. We'll make this Ava, which I know traditionally is our spellcasting gal. But she was a halfling, so she will stay a halfling. Alright. I can inspect the roster. We've got 2 folks. So yeah, we're going to have to create a few. I think I can do this much quicker now. I have a rough idea what I'm doing. I'm going to create another... Not a human. You know what? I will. I'll make a human warrior. It's fine. Or a human fighter, as it were. Okay. It's going to be a fighter. It's going to be the good Sir Commissar. Who do we want to... Yeah, that's a commissar right there. That's a commissar. Commissar. Do we have enough room for party commissar? We do. Alright, party's commissar is there. Woot! Alright, onward we go. So that's our 2 frontliners, or possibly 3. I'm going to build a party of 6. So next up, I'm going to go with a gnome. And I think I'm going to make the gnome a mage. So we need a bunch of int. And I realize that we could also make an elf a mage. And I might do that. Vitality is important, as we know. Alright. That works for me. We're gonna make our gnome an evil mage. Yep, there we go. We're gonna call our evil gnome mage Splooch, because why wouldn't we? Alright, onward to... I don't want a dwarf bishop, but I don't know that I can do that. Let's just see. 5 int and 2 piety, I can do that. But I feel like a human bishop would make more sense. So what if instead we do a dwarf priest? Because we do need the piety, or we have the piety, and we would like to utilize that. I think having a bit of agility is probably a good idea for the priest. Just so we can maybe throw a heal a little quicker. And we're going to go with a good priest and a dwarf. I'm going to make it my wife. She my wife. Sure, why not? You know, that honestly, that'd probably look more like her. Chimera. Getting added into the old Mixerino. And now we're going to go with a human bishop, which I do think we've got what we need for it. Bishop needs some int. Okay. Bishop. And yeah, why not a good bishop? You know what? Or maybe we should, no, we'll do good. Alright, a human bishop, I assume, is very similar to a priest. Who's bishop-y looking? Who looks like they've got a bishop face? That guy. That guy looks like a bishop. Yeah, why not? El Jung will be our bishop. Or Jung, as it were. And I think finally, for our 6th person... Just real quick. We have the priest, mage, fighter. We have a thief. We'll do the elven mage. The other elven mage. I gotta stop right-clicking things. Elf. Alright. You know, hold on a second. No, that's too many. We need 18 points there. There's no one that we can pull that off with, right? There's just no one. All right. Okay, so here we are. Mage. A little bit of the old vitality. A little bit of agility. Tiny bit more luck. All right. I think that works. Again, I really want to go, like, with at least one evil character. Evil characters help old ladies cross the street for a small fee. I like that. They would help an old lady cross the street if they were traveling in the same direction. They will go out of their way to help them. You know what? We're gonna go evil. We're gonna make it evil. We're gonna make it evil. There's no dark elves. Alright, which one looks the most sinister? These all seem like females. Not all. Most of them. I guess this is as close to a dark elf as we're gonna get. It's gonna be Druidwin. My evil dark elf mage. Alright, I think with that we have a roster of 6, 2, 4... I don't know. 2, 4... 6. We have a roster of 7. I don't know how to count. It's fine. I suppose the evil mage was extra. Yeah, it was. Alright, we're cool. Okay. we can now go visit the inn or the tavern? The tavern, right? Recruiting characters. At any time, there will be 12 seasoned adventurers available to recruit to your roster of characters. Level 1 recruits are always free, but more seasoned recruits will cost a bit of gold based on their experience. Each time you return from the maze, the list of available recruits will refresh, with older recruits leaving and new recruits looking for parties. The experience of the new recruits will always be within a few levels of the highest level of any of your characters have achieved. Okay, recruiting can be particularly useful if your most experienced party is killed in the maze and you are putting together a new party to recover them. Okay. Makes sense. I just want to look at the recruits. Some mages and thieves, and I think there was a priest in there somewhere. A priest and mostly fighters. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to add to the party. I'm going to be there. I think we're going to bring Commissar. And then Ava. And then on the back line, maybe we leave Splooch behind and we just bring Druidwin. Yeah, we might do that. We'll do Chimera. Oh, you can't add opposing. Oh. Okay, well then we gotta go do something real quick. We're gonna go back here real quick and we're apparently gonna edit a character. Alright, Splooch gets to not be evil. Can I not change the alignment from here? Okay. Can I delete you? Delete Splooch. All right. Well, we're gonna re-add Splooch in. I know. I too am excited and wanted to do this again. Yay! Go us! Yeah, well, that's whatever. It's fine. All right. Yep. It's my fault for making Splooch evil. I take full responsibility for this. It is interesting that you can't have mixed alignments, though. I did not know that, nor did I expect that. That is cool. Or interesting, I guess. All right, so we have a party now. What do we do here? Recover HP and spell points and level up. Adventuring is hard work, and after an expedition, adventurers will visit the inn to heal, learn new lessons from their experience, and prep their spell-casting abilities for the next expedition. Okay, well, this one was when adventurers are not on expeditions, they can be found in the tavern. Those looking to venture into the maze will meet here to form a party or find a new member. Enter the maze and visit the temple. The Order of Cant channels the divine power of the God of Resurrection to assist the adventurers that have answered the Overlord's call. Adventuring parties will often carry back their dead, paralyzed, or simply inflicted to the temple to be restored. And the Order is happy to help for a price. Then over here, buy, sell, identify, and uncurse items. Boltak is a shrewd negotiator and the most successful merchant in the kingdom. He also has the greatest selection of arms, armor, and magical items. He will sell and buy just about anything, and also offers identification and uncursing services for the items adventurers find in the maze. Alright. And then finally the maze itself. The maze stretches deep underneath the earth, and somewhere in its bowels, the evil wizard Werdna hides. With the amulet he has stolen from the overlord Trebor, much treasure and renown is promised to those who venture forth to recover it. Alright guys and gals, like I said, it's going to be a weird episode. I know I kind of sucked building everything up and so on and so forth. It was a weird intro. I don't usually do stuff like that, but here we are. I am looking forward to diving into the temple, or sorry, into the, I'm reading Visit Temple, into the maze and into the game proper and getting started. Basically tomorrow. I'm just going to do another episode directly after this episode, and it should air the following day, and we're just going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time. We're going to run through a remake of a classic and see what all cool things they've added, the quality of life improvements. I'd love to hear from folks who have played the original the original from back in, as I thought it was, 1980, as they say, 1981. And that would have been good old Wizardry, proving grounds of the Mad Overlord. So the very first Wizardry. I think you guys are gonna like it. I do remember seeing some pictures and scenes where they have like the original game showing here, like it's superimposed onto the screen. So you have all the cool stuff that you're doing, but then you can see what the original game looked like. I do remember that. I don't know if that's an option we have to turn on or what, but like I said, I think they've done an incredible job with the game. I just wish they wanted to work with me. That's pretty much it. And I'm excited. I'm terrified looking at our health pool, though. 8, 8, 5, 3, 4. Oh, God. We may want to move Ava and Chimera. I don't know. And also, is there a way to see our inventory? I'm gonna look in the inn real quick. Because we haven't done that yet. Inspect character. Oh, thank goodness. Do we have items, or... Okay, we do. We do have items. Does not have a ranged weapon yet. An anointed mace, okay. Dios and Badios. Nice. Okay. Okay, sorry. I'm just kind of soaking in what we're looking at here and hoping I can make a good call. I suppose we could maybe have Ava. Can we switch? Oh, we can switch characters like that. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so whenever we start, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to put Chimera up front because 4 HP is terrifying. Ideally, I was going to have a slightly different spread, not 2 warriors either. But having the cleric or the priest up front might just be the better call. We'll see. Anyway, guys and gals, that is going to be a tale for another time. I really hope you guys tolerated this episode. I don't know what to say. Like I said, this feels weird and off. Sometimes I just have weird days. What can I say? But if you did happen to enjoy it, cool, stick around, and there'll be better stuff coming where we showcase the game a bit more other than just character creation and me being stupid and rambling. If you didn't enjoy it, still maybe stick around because we're going to have cool stuff, the game, not me rambling and whatever else I just said. Big shout out to Mutant for, I guess, sponsoring this series and this game, kicking off the Wizardry series right, and giving me that gift card to purchase this game. Hope to work with you in the future, Digital Eclipse. I don't know what the deal is, but hopefully we, cross paths and communicate, and we can work something out and move forward. Game looks great. I'm super excited to play it. And I can't wait. So, if you want more information about the game, where to get the game, information on the developer, or any of that stuff, I think I said developer. Or developer? I don't know. Developer, any of that fun stuff, down below in the description of the video. I told you it's a weird episode. Is where all that linkage stuff is going to be. So you guys can go and see websites and things and stuff. I'm over-explaining. Yeah, like, subscribe, or just don't hate me and run away screaming, and check out the next episode where I'm definitely gonna probably be better than I am right now. Until then, I have been your incredibly weird host today, Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you so much for stopping by the Freak Show. We play, we fight, and I don't know, whatever this is. Bye.